Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery and welcome to just a little thrift store haul that I got of goodies. Yeah, my sister's here visiting, so we've been going through some thrift stores and this is what I picked up yesterday. So there was a whole bunch of the lace style seam binding. There is lots of greens. Probably wouldn't have bought all the greens, but they were in bags, so lots of different, well, they're all the same green, but at least it's a decent color of green. We got a couple reds. Price on these are $1.25, so they're not like old or anything. This one here is older. But yeah, some nice colors. This is a really nice dark coral color. China rose, they call it. So yeah, I always buy this when I see it. Unless it's like really expensive. We got some suede. Now I got this cherry colored. Somebody paid 49 cents for it. But it's nice for ties for journals, and they're just about the right length. You know, they're probably, I'm gonna guess, close to a yard long. So there's this nice color. I'll take all those tags off and whatnot. And then there was this bag of some suede trims, different colors. Now this might even go good with doing on my crazy quilt covers and then do a couching over, or I'll use it for journal ties or something like that. There was these cards. Now I have never seen cards like this. Not that they're super special or anything, but cards for beginning travel and for souvenir collection. But they're in, I'm going to say Japanese, Chinese, I don't know, but the backs are actually quite nice. They've got like a dragon design, but this is all like touristy spots, but they got a little bit of Japanese, Chinese writing, and then kind of what it is. This one here, I don't know, centerpiece peeled off somehow. But I thought these were kind of fun, and they're like kind of textured in a way. Oh, now there's the Joker. I'll put those aside for you, Kim. I'm sure you don't have those. But I thought they were just kind of nice pictures, especially, you know, if somebody's doing like an oriental journal. You wouldn't even really have to do anything with it because that side is nice too. And you could probably actually even write on there. But yeah, so those were really fun. But yeah, Kim, I'll put those jokers in your box for you. Okay, let's put those aside. Now there was this. Now, I seen them in the box and they were all taped up. And it was just kind of real cool little things. Now my sister and I, when we got them home, were like, well, they're paper clips. And I'm like, well, how are they going to hook on to, you know, your page? And we tried to put it on and nothing worked. And then I read the label. These are 100-piece Christmas ornament hooks. So I guess like this part would go over your branch and then your ornament would hang on the star, or let's see what else. Actually, they're all stars. But I thought somehow I'm going to figure out how I can make these into maybe a dangle Maybe somehow I could make them into a paper clip. I don't know. But when I seen them, I thought, oh, those look interesting. So I grabbed them. But yeah, one of those kind of weird things. 2 packages of doilies. I don't think they've been used. Maybe. This is backwards, so maybe it has been used. I don't need doilies. I really don't need paper doilies. But when I see them and they're so cheap, yeah, and I'll use them. I'll use them for something. Now these I actually bought at Fabricland because I was running out of pins. And do you think that I can find any decent pins at any of the thrift stores or the Lions? No. And I like the long ones, and I like them with the little bar, the ball thing. Now I went to the dollar store and I bought some. And I'll tell you right now, don't waste your money. I bought them and I thought, okay, you know, bought 2 packages of, I don't know, like 100 in each package or something. They were so dull, I couldn't even push them into fabric. Like, that's how bad they were. So I thought, you know what? So I went into Fabricland and I picked out 2 and I went to pay for them. They're $4.25 each. The lady rings them into the till, and she says, oh, that's $3.25 or something like that. And I'm like, but they're $4.25 each. And she says, yeah, but they're on sale. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to go back and get more. So they only had 1 more, but then they had these ones, which are a little bit shorter than these other ones, but they were half price too. So I grabbed those because I really, really needed pins. I use them when I wrap all my lace around stuff, like a little card. I use pins to hold them. Then I found these. Now, a number of years ago, I found a Zutter machine in the thrift store that I paid $3 for. I found these and they were $1 each. This one's got 1 missing. These are like full packages. And I thought, I can't leave them there. And I plan on one day trying the Zutter. I've never tried it yet, but I keep saying I'm going to. So now I have no excuse not to use it. So there is those, which I thought was a great find, especially for somebody that uses these. Let's hope we don't have an avalanche. Then I had to go into a upholstery shop. And they had these racks and racks of all their books, you know, hanging so that people could look through them. So while I'm talking to the lady, I says, do you happen to have, or I asked her, I says, what do you do with your upholstery books? She says, oh, she says, we have 2 crafting ladies that come in and take some of them. But she says, we always have extra. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she says, do you want to be added to the list? And I'm thinking, okay, you know, why not? And she says, I've got a few in the back. And you can take them right now. So I got 3 upholstery books and 1 wallpaper book. Now, this is not something I've used, but I'm thinking that I could definitely use some of this in my slow stitching somehow. I don't know. But some of these are just gorgeous. So, yeah, I don't know how well I could get this back off, but I wouldn't really need to get it off per se. But she told me, she says, phone like once a month and see what we have to give away. But I'm thinking, well, I need to make stuff out of these. So my question is, what would you make out of these? Like some of them are just gorgeous colors. So there's this one here. Yeah, she says that the guys come in like once a month. Like the sales reps come in once a month and go through all the books and take down all what is discontinued and whatnot. Even that side looks cool. But yeah, just lots of, now none of these are like really big pieces. Not really big enough for a cover unless you piece them together, which is very possible. But like even this, like you could cut this little strip and somehow slow stitch it into a project. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take the book apart or what I'm going to do with it. I haven't quite decided. Let me know if you've dealt with these big books and what you do. Do you keep them whole? Do you take them apart? I'm just thinking whole. They take up so much room. So not really sure. Not sure. Now this one here is a bigger book. And it's whatever that word says. See, now this is a really cute turtle. So that would even make like a good card of some kind. This one here has kind of got a mixture of smaller and bigger pieces. But it's nice because, you know, of course, pieces, they go together and whatnot. You know, so you got lots of blues and greens that would, blacks. That's a beautiful color. See, that could go into like an ocean journal or something. But yeah, so they're all smaller. There's a blue turtle, brown turtle. So these will be fun. Now, how many of them I actually get, I don't know. It depends on what I come across that I can do this. Now, she had mentioned that one of the ladies makes little bags, which those I could see being a good size for some kind of little bag. You got that, and you know, the front and the back, right? Because of the fact that they kind of, you know, they go together. That's the best part. So again, you know, different pieces go together. So maybe little bags might be a good idea. Not really sure. I am open to ideas. Because unless I can actually figure out something to do with them, I'm not going to collect too many. Now this is huge. Huge. It's probably 2 feet by, I don't know, 20 inches or something. And this is the wallpaper sample. Now we've all seen, but it also has these little bits of upholstery fabric in there, which this would be like a nice size for like a postcard type thing. So I know Kim did a video on making, you know, slow stitching postcards. So maybe those would be good for a base. But then your wallpaper, of course, you know, get all the colors and all the stuff. See, this is a nice little card that's already on there. I could just collage on the back and done. But beautiful colors, of course. Wallpaper is one thing that I don't use a lot of, and I do need to use more. And the nice thing of it is I don't think these would be coated. Like, you know, like the glue stuff on there. But a person could like trim out the flowers. These would be good just as pages. Some of them, the print is a little bit big, but it might be good for bases. So let me know what you use wallpaper for. Now these, you could cut out these, I don't know if you can see how well in the camera, but there's these little silver leaves. Those could definitely be cut out. That's a beautiful color. But yeah, it's all usable. It's just a matter of what am I going to make with it. Oh, cute dragonflies. But yeah, see. seems like there's, you know, the same wallpaper in like 6, 8 different colors. And then, of course, the little samples are nice. Oops. Like I say, some of them are a bit big to use, but maybe as a cover. Oops. That's nice colors too. But anyways, you get the idea. Just fun. Fun. And, you know, I have thought about going and you know, to the upholstery shops, wallpaper shops, etc. and asking them, but I never have, and then I just had to go into the store, so while I was in there, I had to ask. That's a fun pattern. But yes, like I say, this is like so big, like, and I don't have the room to store stuff like this. But so I would more than likely take it apart, and then I could give some of it away. Have no idea how to take them apart. Probably a tutorial on YouTube about it. But Hazel, I know you get these sometimes. What do you do with them? Do you store them whole? Do you take them apart? What do you do with the wallpaper, the upholstery? Let me know. But that's it for this haul. Not, like say, not a big one, but something that's different. I don't know if I've ever had a full book of this type of stuff before, but now I do, and I have a chance to get more. So we will see how that goes. I'm already running out of room in my craft room, so I need to start, you know, moving some of this stuff along somehow. So we'll see, but I'd like to get it because, you know, I do like to give stuff away. And so I might just, you know, put a little bunch together and say, you know, who wants this or something. But then I can only send to Canada right now. The way things are, I can't send into the US. It just makes it hard because I'm sure, well, I'd have to leave this hole to send it into the US, and nobody gonna pay shipping on something like this. That is for sure. But anyway, some fun stuff. I've got lots of work to do because I'll have to card all this stuff. Yes, I know it's in cards, but I put them on longer cards, and I've got them in drawers, so like about 12 of these will fit on one card. Just something that I do. But that's it. That's all. Check out the links below, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.